calling you a radical. I wanted to get this up tonight for you. Gamestop hedge fund short squeeze from hell. Fuck, I love it. I love it. So there's reports coming out. You're really fucking sticking it to some of these dumb, lazy hedge funds. I taught the derivatives class at the #1 school of business in the United States. I taught it for a long time. I was a student professor, and I worked for the CBOE, on the CBOE. I was a derivative arb fucking specialist. I taught #1 school of business in the United States. Weber State University Business School. Now they're dead last. They're the worst university. By the way, if you go to that school, I'm telling you, any young student that's going to that piece of shit, don't go see the Dalai Lama. You will physically come out of there stupider than when you went in. They're that pathetic. So, anyway, what you're doing, I'm so through. I knew Aaron Swartz personally. I worked on the CBOE. You don't even want. But anyway, I want to give you some advice. I'm going to, try to give you some help here because these dumb, lazy fucking hedge funds. Any decent hedge fund in the old day, in the face of this, it was impossible to do this. Now, stay with me. The fact of the matter that it is somehow legal to hedge, to leverage at 100 to 1, what? In the day, in the 80s and 90s, it was the maximum leverage was 2 to 1. 100 to 1, some of these lazy fucking pieces. The fact that Wall Street, the SEC, the powers there be, allow the fact that there are more shares shorted than actually exist. I want you to think about that. That's a fact. GameStop. You guys, what you guys are exposing is incredible. I knew Aaron Swartz personally. I was in the fucking courtroom that day, January 11th. 2013, the day that he died, Reddit has a thread. Hey, folks, no fuck. You don't even know. So, we were the #1 derivative school of business in the country. The thing that's irony about this, the schools that we would compete with was Wharton, Princeton, and Harvard. Yeah, Wharton, Trump's school. That was our sister school. We always beat them. So, stay with me. Any good hedge fund, but they went right. These lazy, it's a bunch of fucking criminal. It's a fucking bunch of mobsters that are fucking what Wall Street is now. It's so fucking criminal. Any legit hedge fund, this would be impossible for this to happen in the day. I'll tell you why. Because they were smart enough that hedge, by definition, hedge. How great is that fucking shirt, huh? Fuck. I used to stand right by that hole every year and do my videos. I was fucking there right before it happened. Right fucking before it happened. Weber State detained 5 students at the university that day. Kyle Matson used to tell me, because there was lots of Saudi kids in our program, in our class. And Kyle used to say, I'm the guy that identified they bought puts. They did short, they bought puts. I'm the guy that identified it. I have the letter around here from the fucking CIA. I have the letter fucking. I got interviewed by the FBI there. I found it. That they bought puts on the airline, so I typed to the fucking. They made thousands to 1. Fucking I'm like, they got them. They got them. The fuck, it's a paper trade. Fuck, it's a one-day trade. T+1. It's not T+3. They got them. So, too big to jail. Right to the Saudi royal family. Unfucking real. So, what you're doing is working. So, any decent fucking hedge fund would have someone like me working for them, using my brain, and I started trading futures in the cattle pits of Ogden, Utah when I was 14 years old. They were trading cash then. Fucking guns lined up, fucking going there with my uncles. And I watched fucking ranchers come in there with fucking. I saw millionaires made and lost daily. For years and years, there were more millionaires made and lost a day in Chicago on the CBOE floor than anywhere on earth. I was there. And fuck, I traded so many fucking. And I remember a guy telling me, one of my old bosses, do you know, guys like you futures derivative fucking guys, you die young. He says, you ever read East of Eden? I says, yeah, I read it when I was a kid. Why do you think I'm here? And if you've not read East for any of you good traders, you sophisticated, whatever, you need to read it. If you're a derivative trader, I mean, good son, bad son. The so-called bad son, which was the good son, he made that giant score in the futures fucking pit. you know, on a cattle future when he was a boy. Dr. Cooley was the University of Chicago. He was he was the guy. So Mama K. Bros, University of Chicago, fucking right here at Weber. So it's working. Because they would have had a guy like me, they could have never done it because you go long on the stock, you would have hedged. You would have bought puts under to protect this from happening. Or vice versa. If you're fucking shorting this fucking stock, you'd have had calls on top of it. And you'd have fucking killed it. You roll the fucking call. You roll the put, which is very sophisticated. You know, they got computers, and I says, fuck you and your fucking computers. You can't replace the fucking human brain. And so what you're doing is working. It's beautiful. It's fact. You fucking, from what I understand, fucking several of the hedge funds you took out, fucking, they took 50, 60% losses this fucking month alone. I mean, get it stuck up their ass. These dirtbag, loser, low-life fuckers. By the way, they all are fucking the Madoff clan. It's like the Madoff clan. I remember working there, and I'm like, I tell my boss. I was in New York on Wall Street then, and I was like, there's no fucking way this guy's doing what he's doing. And he says, yeah, we know, Kev. I mean, the lipstick building over there, 1-1. I says, look, you roll the put to this extent, what he was claiming he was doing, you put the pressure. There's only so many options written. I says, I can go through it. And he's saying these ones that he's rolling on, these options, he would have to buy every single fucking call and or put that existed on that equity. He'd have to buy 10 times that even exist. It's impossible. He's lying his fucking ass off. But he did it through the Jewish community, you know, kind of like they do here in Utah through the Mormon. They're Mormons scamming Mormons. That's what they did there. So what you're doing is working. Aaron Swartz was the, you know, remember he was the suffocate yourself, drop out of school. I mean, fuck, what a gem. So look what they did to him. But I remember he says, you know, you all die young. You do know that. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you know, we're young and fucking on fire on top of the fucking world. Nothing more. I mean, last fucking open call. Pit. Whoa, I remember those fucking days. Lord, I remember. Oh, talk about now. I almost died at 51. So, whoa, that fucking candle burns fast and hard at fucking all three ends. So, read East of Eden, Steinbeck's fucking masterpiece. He made that big score. You know, Good Son, Bad Son. It's so relevant to even today. Love fucking Steinbeck. Fuck, I spent a lot of time there. The Doc Ricketts of our time, Kevin Blanch. Remember, they called him a poacher? No good fucker, killed by the train. He was there for the prostitutes. That's why he was there. That's why he was there. And he got hit by the train right there. I stand right there and talk to him all the time, you know. And so, love Doc Ricketts. Annabelle Ricketts is his bastardette fucking granddaughter. Her and I do a lot of work together. So, my point is, what you're doing is working. I'm so fucking proud of you. You need to just keep fucking hammering. We need to fucking, you know, I'm paramount in taking Chicago Bridge and Iron down. I'm paramount in taking G, which is all Weber State, Utah Construction, who built the nuclear reactors at Fukushima. This is so important and so fucking paramount what you're doing, you know. I call it the Kevin Cash trade. You know, that's a technical analysis. If you don't know Kevin Cash, that piece of shit, pulled him out. You think Lasorda would have done that on a 2-hitter? He had an Oral Hershiser fucking game going, and you know, Blake, and that's a piece of shit. Kevin Cash pulled him out on the fucking computer. I'm not a technical analyst. I'm a fundamentalist. But you found the flaw. You exploited these pieces of shit because, I mean, brilliant. I'm fucking so proud. You identified something, which I used to call it, you identified the fucking arbitrage that exists between a stock and a fucking derivative. And if they don't line up and out of wake, you long one, short the other, guarantee way to make. And I was deadly. I was fucking deadly. What happened? I got leukemia. I got cancer. I was given 2 months to live. I turned $3,000 into $800,000 in 2011 when everybody was fucking gold, silver, gold, silver. I was shorting fucking silver in the triple. I shorted it to the day. Videos to prove it. Had the Apple derivative. I had 30,000 fucking shares of Tesla. Fucking, can you imagine the money I'd have? But I got sick and I just attacked just one day and I was uninsured. I was working on a PhD, Fukushima, the marine biologist in the high desert of Utah, the fucking derivative fucking mine. the beautiful fucking minds like Aaron Swartz fucking had. I mean, the derivatives market and fucking this dynamic market, it feeds that beautiful fucking mind like no other. Like no other. It's such a, I mean, it works so magnificently if you let it, if somebody who can do it. My boss used to say, you can do the delta formula in your fucking head on the fly. All it is an option you're buying is, it's time. It's percent change over time. You know, pricing an option. That's all it is. So you have to fly off the, I mean, he says, how do you do it? I says, I do it intuitively. I feed off the intuitive mind. So, you know, it's like the anti-nuclear activists, you know, because nothing else matters. But what you're doing is important. It's fucking historic, and you got them fucking shitting down their pants. You got them knocking at their fucking knees. Take these pieces of shit, lazy, no good fucking thieving fucking rats down, because that's what they are. Our fucking old firm had 300 and something people fucking working. You know, I mean, physical. That responsible Wall Street firm. I remember my old boss. I could tell story after story after story. He hated his own grandsons. Hated that crazy guy. He was a fucking, talk about a workaholic. I love that fucking guy. He was fucking full of integrity. I remember some of the shit I did. Fuck up all night. Fucking go to work on that fucking floor. Oh, God. He was always at work. He was at fucking gym. He says, Kevin, it's over. These fuckers in the fucking later 90s. I walked away in fucking 99, 2000, but I traded. I taught the derivatives class. Remember Kyle Madsen, University of Syracuse. Died of cancer. It's radioactive. Kevin, you were teaching this class in 99, 2000. We know the Saudi kids, 5 were detained on this university. Yeah. Fuck, they were on Wendover. I was playing blackjack out there. He used to say all the time, I think you taught him how. Yeah, but I'm not the one that let him get away with it, did I? I mean, they bought puts on the airline stock tight to the money. I mean, so far, well, excuse me, not tight to the money, tight to the fucking expiration. I'll tell you how fucking deadly I was in the day. And everybody, the old Weber State, go ask Mike Vaughn. They were going to name the trading room after me. They were going to name a whole wing of the thing. I mean, now look at me. They fucking hate me. Won't even fucking, I mean, I'd call on the phone. Oh, is this Mr. Blanch? What strikes would you like? What month expiration and what equity? Oh, well, give me, I need some 70s and 85s. Or 70s, 75s, 80 and 85s. Give me some June and Julys. Connects. Well, I'll talk to the writers and see what we can do. Every time they were there. I was first trades, only trades in lots of times. I mean, it's incredible what I was able to. The Chicago Bridge and Iron, I'll tell you the irons. I got cancer, started to recover, doing a little better. I thought, well, I'll play some puts, take Paramount on Chicago Bridge and Iron. I had some people doing it, and the stock gapped. I knew that the fraud. Stock gap from 19 to $9 fucking dollars on their earnings in one fucking day. But I'll tell you the luck I had. That was 2017. I remember a woman come to me and she says, what month? I says, buy some fucking June or Julys. Mays. Aprils. Buy them out of the fucking money. Okay. My heart failed. Easter that day. Emergency open heart fucking surgery. I was in an ICU unit with my fucking chest split open when it happened. I couldn't trade it if I fucking wanted. I didn't have fucking hardly any money anyway. I know a guy in Vegas that made a bunch of money, and he did send me a fucking $1,000. And he helped pay. Yeah, and he's helped pay along the way for some of my. He did. He's quit me now, but. Because, the markets are all manipulated. I call them right, like on G, but when the feds are going in there and fucking buying, so I'm so proud of what you fucking done. I think Aaron Swartz would fucking be so fucking proud. I don't know who came up with the whole idea and identified that there were more shares shorted than actually available, and I got to give it to Gamestop. They were smart enough to put a, young, beautiful Aaron Swartz type IT fucking old gamer on their fucking board and fucking say, hey, look at this. Whoever did that. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. We'll name these trades after you. I'm going to call it the Aaron Swartz trade. Fucking, he would fucking love this. I knew him, I knew him good. He downloaded that server at MIT, handed the chip to Laura Snowjob. She's the MIT immediate. Laura Poniez, the fucking Lindsay Mills gave the hostage. That's the people that killed Aaron Swartz. The MIT Media Labs endowment, hedge fund, criminal, derelict, that's their daughter. Why the fucking Greenwald can fuck off? I asked Greenwald watch his face at the university. Where's everything on the chip? Where is it? You fucking said, where the fuck is it? He ran from me. He's a fucking rat. Fucking rat! We haven't seen any of what's on that fucking chip. It was a setup. So, I love what you're fucking doing. And by the way, a lot of the original Anonymous, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'll give you a little hint in the world that nobody knows, and I might get in some trouble for this, but Anonymous was started in the early 2000s. They're not so anonymous. All old hedge fund derivative traders in New York. Shh. Stay in tune.